Hey guys, so this is another top 5 video but this time it's for blue. So remember that this top 5 is my opinion and my opinion only, and the bar ends with me in this situation. But these are my recommendations of who you should be focusing on for all these heroes. There are going to be, if it's a 5-star hero, it's going to be +0. And in all these situations, so if you have these heroes at +0 and you're playing the game and things like that, these are the heroes that I recommend you to be working on. So anyhow, let's start with free to play, because we are going to do a list for free to play and cheap to play. Free to play, a really important honorable mention in this situation is Harek. Harek is an amazing hero. Even if he's 4 stars, He's an incredible hero. He's fast. He slows down the enemy. You can slap them there, the whip there, and he can be used on attack. He can be used on defense. A highly recommended hero if you're definitely free to play. If you don't have better options, he's definitely an amazing hero to have for sure. I highly recommend using Harek in many different situations in the game. The only thing is that he's not higher in this list because of his low amount of damage that he actually does. Sadly, since that's his biggest limitation, that's the main reason why he's not at the top 5. So at number 5, we have the amazing, the incredible Survivor. Survivor is one of the toughest heroes around, for sure. There's no way around it. This guy is a truck, but a truck that takes pretty much all the damage. He's more than anything, he's a huge tank. Every single time the enemy or yourself activate stones, this guy keeps getting shields over and over and over. It's an incredible cycle. He's usually going to be the last hero to die if you're going to use him on defense, if you're playing free to play for sure. And if you do have Karma, there is a very nice combination with him, because you first activate him and then you activate Karma, and pretty much every single hero that he has frosted, it's going to be frozen in place. So that's a really nice combination. A lot of people like to use that on defense. First they put Survivor on the left side and then Karma on the right, and that's gonna make them go frosted. So that's a pretty cool ability there. And Survivor, of course, he's an amazing whip holder in this situation. So, at number 4, we have Fiona. A lot of people underestimate Fiona, especially free-to-play and cheap-to-play players, if they have them at +0. She is kind of squishy, however, the ability to create stones in blue is the main reason why blue is so dominant in the mana part of the game. Blue is the color that creates most stones in the entire game, that create manas, and Fiona is a very important part of that strategy if you are free to play. So if you're playing this game, you need to create stones to be able to make connections, and Fiona will help you on that situation. And if you have other heroes that are anti on your team, she is going to buff them by 25% on the attack and defense. So that's an amazing, powerful way to actually boost up your heroes. And if you have many +0 heroes that are 5 stars that are anti on your team, this hero will definitely make them a lot stronger and make them go off a lot more because of her mana in that situation, creating stones. Now number 3 is, believe it or not, this hero is one of the strongest heroes in the game. If only she wasn't a 4-star, Cassandra. Cassandra is an amazing hero. And she is one of the very few heroes in the game that is very fast. This means that if you connect 3 stones and it doesn't hit a hero, in other words, the stones go to the back and give you double mana, she will fill up her entire mana right off the bat right there. So she is an incredibly powerful hero to actually slap an energy weapon in this situation. So I highly recommend to get her in this situation, because the thing is that you're having a hero that heals so much mana, this spells, and the main thing is that she eliminates the overload for heroes that are from her faction. So if you have Midas, even a +0, it doesn't matter, and he goes off first, and then you activate Cassandra. That's gonna erase the overload completely from him and every single other heroes that you have for Red Streak. There, so there's a lot of good Red Streak heroes out there. So and there's a lot of strategies with her being used on the right side of the board on defense. So every single Red Streak activates, they get the overload, and then Cassandra comes in and activates her ability and cleans the overload from the entire team. It's an amazing hero to have. And when I started off the game, even though I had a lot of 5 stars, I always came back to using her over and over and over and over again. She is just that good. She is, yeah. I highly recommend using her. If you're not using her, you gotta check yourself. She is an incredible healer and an amazing energy weapon holder. Now, for number 2, this situation that is +0. In this situation is Irelia. Irelia, ever since she was released in the game, she has been an amazing blue hero in so many respects. In the beginning, you could do so much damage. Now she's fallen off a little bit, but she is still able to do so much damage. Just doing connections, the damage accumulates, especially if you're playing PvE, things that are not PvP and things like that. She is going to be an incredible hero that actually does the damage, accumulates, and the main thing is also as well that if you use her on the Red Titan, if you use her on the Infinite team, she's one of the best heroes to bring in the most amount of damage on that Titan as well. So if you want to use her on defense, you can use her on defense. You can use her on the attack. You can use her in any way you want in this game. That's the main advantage of using Irelia in many ways. The thing that I don't recommend to use in that situation is using her ability versus Garabeth, because usually if any multi-hit heroes that hitting Garabeth, it's not going to be a good idea, not at all. So I don't recommend doing that. However, outside of that, and also not using her ability with Jane, because multi-hit also activates her healing, but still, outside of that, she is an amazing hero in general. I highly recommend just having a hero that the enemy just connects stones and they start taking damage right off the bat because of this is incredibly powerful. I highly recommend upgrading her if you have her at +0. Now, for number 1, for free-to-play players, if you're lucky enough to get this hero being free-to-play, you have to upgrade her, and that is Antia. Antia has been one of the most incredibly annoying heroes at high level, but even even in free to play and she being +0, she is incredibly important to have. She is the main reason why not everybody uses Cassandra, because she brings in the heals, she brings in the stones, she does the spells, and also creates 5 freaking non-blue Naya stones into non-blue Naya stones into Naya mana stones. So the main thing is that when you're playing this game and you're playing blue, you have to have 2 heroes in blue to be able to get the mana you need, and that's Fiona and Antia. And Antia brings in so much more survivability, so much more abilities to actually survive, and she is able to be used in every single aspect of the game. There is no question about it, even if she's +0. So if you're lucky enough to get her as in being playing free to play, congratulations. She will serve you until the very last day you play this game. Very, very good, guys. Now, oh my god, now we're gonna jump to cheap to play, and cheap to play this list was really hard to do because there are so many amazing heroes for blue, guys, so many amazing heroes, but these are the ones that I recommend you to focus on if you have these heroes at +0. So for cheap to play, number 5 is Palmyra. You might say number 5. Well, Palmyra at +0, she doesn't really get this healing buff from her +1. So in this situation, when players start to use her at +0, she's not gonna be so overwhelmingly powerful like she usually is. But still, she's definitely one of the few heroes that are blue and that dispel, so that's super important to do and do very nice amount of damage at +0. So even though and she has so many limitations without her awakenings, she is still very relevant in cheap to play. If you have her at +0, I definitely recommend you to upgrade her, and especially that if you have her, you do have the ability to actually get her awakenings even higher with the different events. Being cheap to play, you are able to buy those and actually get her upgraded, and I highly recommend to upgrade her at least to +3. Once she's +3, she is an incredibly powerful hero, and you are able to do it in a very cheap way to do it, and with the different events that they offer her souls there. Very, very good, guys. Now for number 4, believe it or not, who I chose was Jokul. Jokul, very silently, he got buffed. Now he straight off the bat, well, before, if you read his past ability, you will know that his shield eliminating ability, it really depended on how much damage he did. Now he got a huge buff. Now he straight up breaks the shields and then does all this damage. And not only that, now he also they added this passive that the target takes 50% more damage from Wrath of God. So now he breaks shields instead of erasing them, like I say. And now he does so much more damage, even at frickin' +0. So guys, I highly, if you get this guy, even at +0, I highly recommend to work on him. I've repeated this many times. When you play this game, eliminating shields is one of the most important part of playing in general this game, because shields cuts damage by 50%. So by breaking shields, you have an incredible amounts of advantage of playing this game. So if you have them, you have to upgrade them, guys, for sure. I highly recommend it. I used to use this guy at +0, and I never really, I used them, I lowered the shields, and then used another hero to finish the job. So now it's straight up breaking. So yeah, you gotta play with this guy. You have to upgrade this guy if you have him, guys, for sure. Now for the top 3, trust me, this top 3 is really tough to choose, guys, but but I decided on these in this situation. So for number 3 is Abigail. Abigail is one of the most powerful heroes at +0 right off the bat, no questions asked. If you get the right now, I think right now she's available. So if you're cheap to play, you don't have this hero, get her, guys, get her. That there is no way around it. She hits like Wanda. She she dispels. She creates stones. I don't even know if this is even a discussion, guys. She does so much things with her being at +0 that it is disgusting. I mean, yeah, get this hero. No matter what you think or what you say, you have to have this. This is one of the few must-have heroes in the game at +0. That is just how good she is. So yeah, who can actually top something something like that? Well, a hero that can actually be used on defense, and in that situation is definitely Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn, it is absolutely disgusting to actually even speak about Gwendolyn. Number 2, Gwendolyn, she goes off. Anybody that she targets, your other heroes will absolutely murder. Defenses in the past that have been, if you check them and if you try to eliminate them, they were unbreakable. She changes this completely, because in this situation she will raise the damage dealt by 25%, but that damage jumps from those 2 targets in that situation, so that damage is going to be raised so much more than when actually you would think that. And when it's only one of those targets, that target is going to get 50% more damage dealt. Even Mildred melts with this hero, even at freaking +0. That's the main reason why I chose her at number 2, because Abigail, in that situation, Abigail doesn't do damage to actually kill straight off the bat just by herself. This hero is able to do that, and even if she's on defense, even if she's on the attack, she's an amazing hero. She is so good that I'm technically a whale. I'm trying to use her at +0 because she is just that good in that situation when I attack in war. So yeah, for sure, if you have Gwendolyn at +0, you have to work on her as much as possible and slap a shield weapon so she won't die, because she is incredibly squishy. But if you slap a shield weapon, you're able to use her on defense, you're able to use her on the attack, and in PvE she murders everything. If you have a problem passing a level in PvE or getting a high score in any bosses and things like that, she will help you. Because, yeah, 50% damage dealt is a lot of extra damage, guys, for sure. I highly recommend to work on her, even if she's +0. Now, for the number 1 hero, and this was really hard to choose, in my opinion, is Volos. The main reason why I chose Volos as the number 1 is, by himself, he creates so many teams. You can combine him with Alden, you can combine him with Abigail, you can combine him with so many heroes, it's not even funny. Even if you're a really weak player, you're able to take down huge whales if you're attacking the correct team with an Alden team with Volos in that situation. I've even seen teams with him with Lupita going off over and over and over again. So yeah, the combination that you're able to do on Volos, it's incredible. Even if he's freaking +0, he doesn't even have to do anything. He just being on your team with a shield weapon, he will make every other heroes that are from his faction incredibly powerful. It's disgusting. And Abigail with this guy is crazy disgusting. It's yeah, it's a straight out replacement to Fiona, Abigail, when this guy is on the same team. So yeah, and sadly the only way to actually get Volos now is with the wheel option here. So save your stuff, reach to 400 and get this guy. You will not regret it, I promise you that. So now I'm going to give you the different recommendations for 2 to +1 in this situation. So there are many heroes here well, there's a few heroes here that completely change when they get +1, and that hero without a doubt is Luna. You may be asking why I didn't add Luna on any of these lists. It's because that she at +0 is so squishy, so easy to kill, and she doesn't counter as much as if she would have her +1. But once she gets her +1 and gets that extra 20% dodge, she's able to get 20% or 25% extra dodge with other Idri heroes, and that's going to raise it to 45%. And when she gets that sweet 45% dodge, she will do so much damage. It's not even funny. She becomes a completely different hero, and the amount of damage that her actual that her actual counters are going to do is raised so much, because she's going to get 50% additional attack. So if you have Luna, if you have the ability, the opportunity to get her to +1, get her to +1. That will change her so much, and that will enable you to use either teams with Luna on war for sure in this situation. So the next +1 I recommend is definitely this monster of a hero, Gwendolyn. Because the thing is that this +1, you're remember that she's a slow hero, so the ability to right out starting the fight of having this ability up So that's gonna give you such a huge advantage when you're trying to kill heroes, because the thing is that you activate your stones and then all your other heroes are filled up, and then you start doing the damage, and then somebody's going to die straight off the bat. So yeah, very powerful, highly recommended, and this extra damage thing is a very nice bonus as well. That will help you kill almost any hero that you're attacking in this situation. So highly recommend to get her to +1. So the next hero I definitely recommend to get +1 is definitely Palmyra. Palmyra is incredibly dependent with her first 3 awakenings, and the +1 is no exception. When she actually gets this ability, she's able to go off so many times. It's incredible. This +1 will also enable her to hold an energy weapon. Once she get this ability, she will be able to hold an energy weapon, and she'll fill up all on her own. So I highly recommend to get her this, and it's gonna help you see how powerful this hero is in general. Now, for the next hero that I'm going to talk about is Fiona. Fiona on herself is not very powerful. However, once you get her to +1, she gets 50% freaking mana gain for 3 turns with casting a skill. So she goes off, and yeah, she's gonna fill up faster than Alia, if you can believe it. So yeah, this and plus her weapon, that's gonna be a bunch of mana gain. So I highly recommend to get her to +1 in this situation. That's going to make her go off so many more times. And last but not least, Abigail. If you're able to get her to +1, do it. Do it and do it. Because the ability to create a blue charger. Remember that these are the ones that activate in the plus sign way. This is going to give her so much more difference. This got to make her a straight out replacement to Fiona, because this will make her activate charges in this situation, and also she's gonna give her the ability to heal by 25% to your entire team. So that's an added bonus in that situation. So everything you get with Abigail is gonna be amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend to get her to +1 for sure for Abigail. Alright, so that is my top 5 list for free to play, cheap to play for blue guys. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you think I made any mistakes, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.